All right. Anyways, this is a big introduction to SLA Marshall. Here we go. I got to say one more thing. Bro, and Leif and I, we've written 2 books about our experiences. They're the leadership books, but we make it very clear that like, hey, this is our memory to the best of our ability. Mm-hmm. But there's some things that you just don't. If you don't know something, you shouldn't make a claim. Yeah. But there's something like if you were participating in D-Day, you don't mess up that fact. No. Like for me to be like, hey, I was on that mission. And someone would be like, oh, well, actually you weren't. And me be like, well, when was it? And well, I did whatever. I was on 100 operations. Oh, I don't know if I was on that one or that one. It's understood, right? People make mistakes. Your memory, it fades with memory. I think Leif and I mean, we, in both the intros to Extreme Ownership and Dichotomy of Leadership, we spell it out. This is to the best of our memory. Yeah. This isn't a historical document. Right. And we, at some point, I'm sure we'll go back and actually get the dates and explain every single thing that happened by date and who was there and what experiences took place. Yeah, that would be good to have. And especially now, it's all unclassified now because it's been a long time. But the kind of errors that he's making are like, I was at D-Day. Or I was in the trenches with my brigade commander on the day that World War I ended. That's not a small, your memory's not going to forget that, right? Yeah. It's just not going to happen. So tell the truth. And what sucks this is what sucks. If you don't tell the truth, you discredit everything that you've said that actually is truthful. Yeah. That's the problem with this book. Yeah. That's the problem with this book. Everything that it basically, you could take this book and throw it in the garbage can and no one could really argue with you. Oh, that guy lied about a bunch of stuff. Okay, well, throw it in the garbage can. I get it. Yeah. And if it wasn't for the fact that Hack actually had learned a ton from this book, I would be like, well, we'll throw it in the garbage. Yep. But if he learned from it and then used what he learned from it to implement in the Korean War and the Vietnam War, it's like, okay, you know what? I'm going to pay attention to it. Yeah. This is a rough. It took me a long time to decide to cover this book, actually. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Makes sense, though. It totally makes sense.
Wait, it makes sense that it took a long time, or it makes sense that we're here right now with book in hand?
Both.
Okay.
I mean, more the long time thing. Of course, you got to consider. Just like that, there's like a reporter, like a news reporter who said he was in a helicopter and it took fire and all this stuff.
That was Hillary Clinton.
Yeah,
said that she took sniper fire coming
right, but
somewhere.
there was a reporter that did that too.
Yeah.
And it was a legit reporter.
Yeah.
And then he said he took all this stuff and then he was like, well, I was in the helicopter, two helicopters behind and I saw careful. It. Meanwhile, he has some good stuff.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have said that, just like you're saying, you don't have to say all that.
There's something else that happens. This catches people when it comes to storytelling. Okay, I'm going to explain this. If I'm telling you a story about something taking place, and I'm not a great storyteller, I want you to feel how I felt. Yeah. So if I say to you, let's say I got a mortar that exploded 50 yards from me. Yeah. 50 yards, I'm pretty safe. Could I get fragged? Sure, I could get fragged, but I'm pretty safe. It's still pretty shocking. Whoa, it's loud. Boom. And when that first mortar hits, you're like, oh, wait, is another mortar going to hit me? What's going on? Well, when I tell you, hey, a mortar hit and it hit 50 meters from me, I'm thinking, well, that doesn't really convey how I felt at that moment. Yeah, that's true. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to cut that down a little bit. I had this mortar hit 10 meters from me. Mm-hmm. And now you're thinking, oh, dang, even you, I can see it on your face. Mm-hmm. You get it now. Yeah. So in order for me to try and convey the emotions that I actually felt, people start to adjust. And you got to be careful of that. I don't think they're doing it intentionally. Mm. I used to put myself in check. Okay, I need to tell a good story, but I need to keep the facts straight.
Yeah.
Right? It's sketchy.
Yeah, that's the thing, the facts. So there's a difference between saying, hey, this was the biggest explosion you'd ever seen in your life. Saying that is different than this explosion was literally, 200 feet in the air or something like this.
Well, you could say, oh, this was a 400 pounds worth of TNT.
Yeah, you can't make those factual.
You can't make those factual. But hey, something hits 50 meters from you and you've never been mortared before, that is a scary thing.
Yeah.
It's a scary thing.
Do a metaphor, though.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Or
but here's what's cool, or here's what I always need to remember. When I tell you I got a mortar that landed 50 meters, most people are like, damn, that's scary enough, bro. I don't need to make it more scary.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just keep it real.
Yeah, you even mentioned the smoke trail behind the mortar when you see it going up. To me, that's scary.
That's scary.
Yeah, I don't care how many meters away.
And it's not really smoke. It's like little sparks, like a sparkler.
Oh, like a trail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shing. That's what it sounds like too.
See, that even sounds scary, by the way.
So,